Shedeur Sanders remained focused on rookie season with Browns during father's cancer battle. Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders warms up during a practice at the team's NFL football training camp Friday, July 25, 2025, in Berea, Ohio, AP. Shedeur Sanders didn't have time to be sad while his father battled bladder cancer during the spring. Instead, Deion Sanders' message was clear and direct as his son prepared for his first NFL training camp after being drafted in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. Stay focused mentally. Dad, he's one person that he'll handle his. We handle what we've got to do. It was like, y'all need to focus on what y'all could focus on. Y'all can't sit here and feel sorry for me, and then that's affecting y'all doing that. Shedeur Sanders said Monday. At the end of the day, you're all able to see and you're all able to understand everything on and off the field that I go through. So then you've got to be some type of human at some point in the way I'm doing everything and how I'm handling everything that's thrown at me. You've got no choice but to applaud that. Monday marked Sanders' first time talking to reporters since his father, Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, announced on July 28 that doctors had removed his bladder to ward off an aggressive form of cancer. Shedeur was back on the field after missing Saturday's practice because of arm soreness. To say Shedeur Sanders has had an eventful first 8+ months of 2025 would be an understatement. There was the hype about him being a possible first-round pick leading up to the NFL draft, followed by a well-publicized drop to the 5th round, where he was taken 144th overall by the Browns. The Browns are bringing along Sanders slowly, with veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett competing for the starting job. 3rd-round pick Dillon Gabriel has also received some first-team snaps. So far, Sanders hasn't taken any snaps with the first-team offense. He has faced the first-team defense a couple of times while taking snaps with the 2nd and 3rd-team offenses. I view it as the defense does a great job of mixing players in. So linebackers, you've got rookies out there. Sometimes DBs, you've got different guys out there, he said. Truthfully, I don't care what O-line I go out there with. It could be 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever the situation is. And I know Friday when the game is, if I'm with 2s, if I'm with 3s. It don't matter to me. I'm just ready to get down and get to doing what I could. While Deion Sanders visited Shedeur Sanders during the Buccaneers training camp on July 23rd, the focus soon shifted to when Coach Prime would appear in Cleveland. Shedeur, however, asked his father to stay away because of the lack of snaps and the attention that would follow. I don't want him to come and see me get a couple of reps, and then he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now, I got to get to where I'm going. I know there's a lot I've got to do to get there, Sanders said. I just want everything that I'm doing to be focused on this time, and I don't want distractions. We know how everybody would take it, as taking away from the team, with my own dad showing up. It's a gift and a curse at the same time. Coach Kevin Stefanski and offensive coordinator Tommy Rees have not outlined how snaps will be divided for Wednesday's joint practice and Friday's game against the Carolina Panthers. Part of this uncertainty comes from Pickett and Gabriel both dealing with hamstring injuries. Both did individual drills on Monday. The recent trend throughout the league is for veteran players to receive most of the snaps in joint workouts, with rookies then playing in the preseason games. For Sanders and Gabriel, the games would be the best indicators to date on how they can adapt to things on the fly. Your quarterback is obviously not wearing a red jersey, so you're free game in those situations, whereas you're not in practice or a joint practice with another team, Stefanski said. So I think those are all things that we weigh as coaches trying to figure out what our team needs for a given season, for a given week. Sanders did have one of the best throws on Monday with a 28-yard completion to Luke Floria on 4th and 17 during a 2-minute drill. The lights of Cleveland were nothing like the lights of Colorado. In Boulder, everything was golden, like the sunsets, like the winds, like the name Sanders stitched across a college jersey. But in Cleveland, everything felt harder. The air was heavier, the pressure sharper, and the reality far less kind. It wasn't just the NFL that challenged Shedeur Sanders. It was life itself. As Shedeur prepared for the biggest chapter of his football journey, his rookie season with the Browns, his mind was never far from another field. Not a stadium, but a hospital room. Not filled with roaring fans, but quiet machines and cold chairs. His father, Coach Prime, the larger-than-life figure who built empires on charisma, talent, and swagger, was fighting a silent battle. Cancer. Deion Sanders had always been Superman. The sunglasses, the strut, the sharp tongue, and sharper coaching mind. None of it seemed mortal. Shedeur grew up believing there wasn't anything his dad couldn't overcome. But cancer doesn't care about legacies or accolades. It comes quietly. It steals energy, humbles giants. And for the first time in his life, Shedeur saw fear in his father's eyes. He didn't talk about it much, not publicly. He knew the headlines would come. Sanders' family hit with tragedy. Rookie QB distracted amid family crisis. So he stayed silent, even as he stayed present. He woke up every day before sunrise. He learned the playbook until the words blurred. He hit the gym with a vengeance. And after every snap in camp, every film session, every team meeting, he'd call. "Yo, Pops. How you feeling today?" Sometimes Dion answered with fire. "Like I'm about to beat this thing and coach you at the Super Bowl, boy." Other times he was quiet. Tired. In those moments, Shedeur didn't say much. Just stayed on the line. Because even when you're chasing your dreams, you don't stop being a son. The Browns' locker room wasn't blind to it. Some teammates watched quietly as Shedeur arrived early and stayed late. Others approached. "Need anything, bro?" "Nah," Shedeur would reply. "I'm good. Just locked in." And he was. Not out of denial. Not out of ego. But because he had to be. He knew his father wouldn't want pity. He wouldn't want Shedeur to miss a rep or flinch at pressure. No, Coach Prime had taught his son that adversity is the forge where real legends are made. "You can cry later," his father once told him. "Right now you bawl." So Shedeur bawled. Preseason arrived, and the rookie took the field with a calm that belied the storm inside him. His poise impressed coaches. His throws were crisp, his timing ahead of schedule. While others crumbled under NFL speed, Shedeur adapted. Like it was muscle memory, like pain sharpened his senses. He never made excuses. Not once did he use his father's condition to shield himself from scrutiny. The media noticed. "Shedeur, how are you handling everything?" "Just taking it day by day," he'd say. "My dad raised me to be a pro. That's what I'm going to be." It wasn't an act. It was a promise.